I actually heard through our local Farm Bureau group that there was going to be a focus group meeting. They were thinking about starting an agriculture program, and one of our Farm Bureau contacts said, "Hey, you might want to just go check it out, just see, just see what it's about." And it was a really great meeting. There was a lot of folks from the community, gave a lot of feedback about what they wanted to see in this program, which was wonderful to see that the college was taking so seriously what the community wanted. Obviously we put together a good curriculum, but it was very focused on what the community said they wanted to see out of this program. Well, personally, I had a lot of focus on the science aspect of it, the background information. Why do we do what it is that we do to grow the food that we eat, right? There's a science behind it. There's some you learn from the previous generation, but there is some science behind it. But then taking it one step further and looking at the general climate of agriculture and the environment kind of where we live. So that means dealing with things such as regulation and the ever-changing policy, keeping farmers and folks involved in agriculture up to date of what the most recent regulations are, what the changes are. As well as new technologies, new and emerging technologies. So, what is the newest technology that you might be able to utilize on your operation that helps you, do what you do more efficiently, using less input, less output, less loss coming from your operation. One of the things near and dear to my heart is transfer. So transferring the farm from one generation to the next. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of there's a process that goes along with it. It's very long, slow. My husband's going through that with his family now. It's a slow process, and there's a lot of information you need to know to make it kind of go smoothly. And at the end of the day, we think about the idea of a family farm, but it is still a business. And in order for any business to succeed, it must evolve. It must constantly be striving to be better and do better than the generation or the year before. One of the biggest obstacles in keeping the family farm going is that the farm and the business itself can't be afraid to evolve and can't be afraid to make changes and learn how to be more efficient and learn maybe how to do something different or produce a new product to just keep the farm going. I think that's something that I want to introduce, again, through our curriculum. There are other ways to do it than maybe your father or your grandfather did it before. And, it is a business, and you need to sit down with the numbers and be able to say, this just isn't working for us anymore. And maybe we need to venture out and do something different. I think this program is more for the high school student that may be getting to the end of their career as a student and thinking, I'm not really sure what I want to do next. I could go get a job. Maybe I could try out school, but I don't know that I really want to leave the Eastern Shore. So this program is really that kind of a compromise. It's a 2-year program, so it's not a full 4-year commitment. And I think the way we're going to have our classes scheduled, it's fairly reasonable to assume that students would be able to have a job, so either maybe on their family's operation, on another agricultural operation, or just another job, and still be able to come and take classes, take 4 semesters, 2 years to get this degree program done. They haven't invested too much time, but they're still getting a degree out of it in the end. But we're not limiting our program just to that. There could be, a more non-traditional student, someone who's maybe looking for a second career, or, someone who, I don't know, maybe has inherited some land and they say, wow, what can I do with this? So I'm going to go to Chesapeake and learn some of the basics and learn some of the background information. So we're trying not to tailor the program too specifically to one type of student and keep it as broad as we can. So we've created 11 new classes specifically for the program. Our first class starting this fall is an Intro to Agriculture class. And it's very much just an introduction to the different topics that the students will encounter throughout the program. And we're going to utilize a number of guest lecturers, guest speakers, local producers from the area to kind of talk about their experience and what they do. And then that serves doubly as a networking opportunity for the students. They get to meet some local producers and learn a little bit more about what they do on their operation. Part of the degree program is all students need to complete an internship, which is really exciting to me because that's also part of my job, kind of advising and coordinating, is I'm going to be helping pair the students with a meaningful internship. So I give the example of a student who, their family already has a farm. and they say, well, I'm just going to go work at home, that will be my internship. And I'm say, nope, absolutely not. We're going to put you on a different operation, branch out and learn some new skills and learn about something different. And if the internship goes well, you might be looking at a potential employment opportunity afterwards. Another goal is we're really trying to help give students skills so that they can gain employment, coming out of this degree program. Hands-on skills. And that's actually one of the exciting parts, I think, about this location and this school in particular. Everyone's a commuter, so everyone has a car. So, instead of me standing in front of the room and lecturing about how someone does this on their operation, we're going to get in the car and we're going to go to that operation. And we're going to see firsthand, how this person does this and learn about what makes this operation work and what makes this business work. At least for the first year, to start with 20 to 25 students, and we're figuring that's about 4 to 5 students from each of the 5 counties in the Chesapeake College region that we serve. And so that's a very conservative estimate. We're hoping to just get a little interest from each of the counties. And then I think the biggest way that we're going to move this program forward is going to be by word of mouth. I think once we get some students in and they really seem to like it, I think that's going to help kind of do the marketing for us.